From a renewal that even took the creator Sean Ryan by surprise, to tying up loose ends like Rose and Peter's incomplete love story, here's everything we know about The Night Agent Season 2. Like, did you know this Netflix show was supposed to be a one-time limited series? Keywords, supposed to. That was the original plan. With the same manifesto, this 10-episode political thriller stepped into Netflix's spy genre on March 23, 2023. And not gonna lie, no one was too stoked for it before its premiere. It was that under-the-radar series that, surprise surprise, became the hottest show on the planet upon its release. No kidding, guys. The Night Agent smashed viewing records at the third biggest debut in the platform's history. Clearly, the audience couldn't get enough of the spy tale. They helped the show nestle comfortably into the top slot in Netflix's global top 10 TV shows. Being watched more than 168 million hours tends to do that. With such raving reviews, I guess it wasn't a surprise that the show was greenlit for Season 2. But get this, the showrunner Sean Ryan was not expecting it. Or even if he had his fingers crossed for it, he didn't think it would be this soon. That's right, it had been just 5 days when Ryan got the call from the streaming giant. Even Forbes writer Paul Tassi was shocked about how quick it was. He calls it one of the fastest renewals he has ever seen for a non-preseason pickup. Usually, the platform waits at least a month for confirmation, right? Even for crazy popular shows. But hey, I don't see a single person complaining about it. We're all totally here for it. So, is the lightning fast confirmation the only thing we got? Or is there a release date in sight too? Well, don't expect the same pace for the second season premiere. All good things take time, you know? The creators need to ensure something for the next chapter. You're again biting your nails while sitting on the edge of your seats, because how else would you watch The Night Agent? But for that, some sweet patience will be required. Usually, Netflix shows tend to take a year and a half to return, and that's without the recent pandemic delays. So if we take this expected timeline, we're looking at a spring or summer release next year, probably around April or May in 2023, if not longer. Obviously, we'll know for sure once there's an official release date announcement. Till then, we gotta twiddle our thumbs, or binge watch the show again and again. But hold up, there's another much cooler option. You can immerse yourself in what might happen in Season 2. Get this, I have some top secret info about the next mission's location, and luckily, you don't require any security clearance for it. So here goes. The next chapter is expanding its operations beyond Washington, D.C. Say goodbye to the White House. Wait, probably not. Since Mr. Sutherland is an official night agent now, he only answers to POTUS, so we may head to D.C. once in a while. But on the primary scale, Sean is gearing up for a new landscape. He says the mission at the presidential palace is done and dusted, for the most part. Hold on to this bit, I'll get to it in a short while. Now it makes sense that the next season takes place somewhere else. We already know Peter has his new assignment, and he's boarding a plane. To where? That is the question. But the executive producer did say he'll explore a different part of the world. Emphasis on world. So is our favorite night agent going global? It's possible. A new, exciting, and of course dangerous adventure could be waiting for him in some other country. But there is a downside to it all. Some familiar actors may not return for the second ride. Sean hinted that there might be new cast members in the limelight. According to him, this host of characters has already told their story. He wants some new characters for a whole new location, so it's unlikely the same cast would return. Bummer. But then again, you might see at least some of them, like Gabriel Basso isn't going anywhere. He's the star of the show, for crying out loud. You can't just exclude him for the second season, so he'll pop up on our radar once again. The following season can be a continuation of his night agent journey, but guys, don't count on it. Ryan was always more interested in standalone seasons. That's why he wanted a limited series in the first place. He thinks ending on a cliffhanger squeezes more than enough patience out of the audience. And if Netflix goes ahead and cancels the show midway, what a major buzzkill that would be. The streaming service is already notorious for canceling fan favorites midway through, so some think the executive producer's decision couldn't be more brilliant. Still, he can't just replace every actor, like Oscar-nominated Hong Chow, who plays Diane Cher. Her acting was top-notch in the show. Kicking out a talent powerhouse like her wouldn't be the right call. Similarly, Peter's ladylove, Lucienne Buchanan's Rose, can be back too. In short, some of the cast may appear once in a while, but what would the plot be then? Luckily, I've got teases about that too. Before I dive into that, there is one issue I need to address. Some already know that The Night Agent is a book adaptation. It followed Matthew Quirk's novel of the same name. Now the trouble is, Matthew wrote just one book about Peter's story. He has more books under his name, but they're not connected. So what would be the basis of Season 2's storyline? Well, we might be getting an original story from Sean & Co. Maybe he hits Quirk's other novels for inspiration too? Who knows? But for the most part, the SWAT creator has his own ideas. He said so himself. Thankfully, Ryan threw us a bone on what he's planning. He told TV Line that Season 2 would begin with where Peter is heading for his mission. So there's your confirmation that Gabriel is still in the picture. As for more details, Sean didn't give any. He didn't want to say much until filming began, because the story always keeps shifting around before that. But he did promise some surprises. Oh, now we're talking. What's more, he confirmed the second season would also have 10 episodes. One fan also pointed out how the first season left us with threads. And how can I forget that? The story isn't fully complete. There have been some loose threads that definitely need tying, such as the escape of the wicked mogul Gordon Wick after orchestrating a lethal bomb blast. And while conspiring to murder the president, Wick just slithered away? Oh, how convenient. Now I'm dying to know where he scurried off to. The following season better give us some answers and hold them accountable while they're at it. Speaking of accountability, Miss Farr has some paying up to do too. She ruthlessly tarnished our hero's reputation publicly by blaming him for the kidnapping. Not to mention her questionable participation in the treacherous cover-ups. Yeah, she may have been doing it for the right reasons, but you can't deny her moral compass is screwed big time. And the ending didn't show if or how she was punished for it. Now, someone needs to throw the book at her. And guys, while these mysteries are intriguing, no doubt, I think I speak for all the fans when I say this. The biggest answer we need is what happens to Rose and Peter's relationship. The power couple's exhilarating romance had us rooting for them throughout, and as of now, they're parting ways?
I didn't save her and they were like, now you're in the car together and kids.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't that at all. It felt very organic.
Yeah.
And the trust was built over time, and it never felt like something totally unrealistic.
Rose is heading to California to try her luck with a new tech venture, and the agent has his first official mission file. So their romance is hanging in the air, and fans cannot have that. Thank heavens, Sean has already heard us. The executive producer says he'd love to answer what's next for the couple, and he certainly has some initial ideas. Wow, all the more reason to wait for Season 2. So from solving the cliffhanger mysteries to a shockingly sudden season renewal, that was everything we know about The Night Agent Season 2 so far.